complicated case?
Absolutely. Well, one of the tried and true, I guess, barometers of, measuring jurors and what they're going to decide on is who can tell the clearest story. And yes, the defense's job in that regard is to kind of muddle the water, or muddy the water, if you will, and muddle the discussion around causation. But I think it's who tells the clearest story. And the several videos and from different angles that actually capture the circumstance of George Floyd's death, I think are pretty damning evidence, even aside from the testimony that was given in support of that. But it's pretty damning evidence, and I don't see how the defense gets around that.
Yeah, I really think that this is, and I think most people looking at this video will say, that's not right. Something is wrong here. So I think the real issue is, to what degree is that wrong going to be found by this jury? I mean, that's just me. There could be one or two people that just get hung up and we see a mistrial, but I think it's more going to be a matter of the degree of wrong. So, DeWitt, have you had a case in which you've had this kind of complicated causal connection in a civil rights context? Because you do the police brutality cases.
Absolutely. Great question, Michael. Actually, we see positional and restraint asphyxia cases quite often. I'm prosecuting, for those personally myself right now here in California and in Los Angeles. So it is not something that's uncommon. This is an issue that has been before the law enforcement community for decades. The DLJ actually wrote to police departments around the nation in the mid-90s about positional and restraint asphyxia. And as such, law enforcement did amend their training to make sure they took accounting of that and made more awareness about positional and restraint asphyxia. So we do see that. And the causation can be tricky, especially when there are intoxicants involved. But I think I guess the medicine around it, and I'm sure the doctor will correct me if I'm wrong, is pretty well settled, that it can cause some complications with somebody's ability to breathe and therefore lead to death.
Yeah, and I'll ask Dr. Priya this. We are going to get into this a little bit later in the afternoon.